So we have tamed it that way, and we used that as the base. And then we had the Dodge, which was a fish fumet that had been reduced, and so that was the dish that we did with the sea bass. And then the morels, which I always find, I'm not sure I find it in California Chardonnay, but I usually find it in Burgundy. If you have an earthy component, if you have a dark note in your dish, it brings out a little bit of an earthy quality, both in Champagne, I think, and in Burgundy, white Burgundy. I find that to be true. I might be just totally rationalizing it, kind of a wish fulfillment thing. But I really like that. I always try to add a little note like that into a dish when I have, especially a fine wine as we did. And so then we move on to the duck, which it was supposed to be squab, but we couldn't find a squab this side of the Mississippi. I don't know where they are. They must be somewhere. They're hibernating somewhere, not in this state. So we had duck this time, and so leg meat strudel. You got the leg meat. You're using the breast. What do you do with the leg meat? It's actually maybe the dark meat all the way through duck, but we turn that into a strudel, which is with phyllo, so it's more almost French than anything. But I love that flavor. It gives you that sort of richness without making the dish totally rich. You have that little bite, and it acts as a flavoring element for the rest of the whole dish, giving you a luxuriousness, a fullness, while still having a light enough dish to go be as the middle course before we go on to the more sizable one. But we like doing duck. We have a big rotisserie. It was the first machine I ever bought here, and so it starts in a $5,000 rotisserie and goes into about a $4,000 convection oven, and then comes out to you. It's just no problem. You can do it at home anytime. And I want to say the next dish, I'll talk about that so you don't have to listen to me talk all night long, but we're going to do thank you. My nickname on the foundation board is Hourglass, and it's because when I speak, they always put one down and they start it for me. And
we've taken a lot of the sand out.
So that's how somehow I got that, but whatever. The last dish, the beef course, is actually I'd say I steal as much recipes and ideas as I can. However, this particular dish, I made it up, and I'm not sure what inspired me to do that exactly, but we get into this idea of, you read all these books and it's deconstructed this and deconstructed that. Well, I wanted to deconstruct something, kind of like in a science class, the frog or something, right? So what I did is I took French onion soup, which I'm very fond of, and deconstructed that, because I hadn't seen it be done yet. I looked it up on Google and didn't see a deconstructed French onion soup. I mean, this is how we cook these days, everything isn't competitive, So, so in the French onion soup, we have, obviously, the beef tenderloin is the beef stock, and we have an onion jus, that's the onions. We also have a wild mushroom bread pudding, which is the crouton, and we have a little bit of tobacco onions and a Gruyere butter, which is what you slather on top. Hence, a French onion soup deconstructed for an entree. And that's what we have coming next. A little bit of Cajun tobacco onions on top, because you're in the South, if it doesn't bite you, you don't know that you're alive. So that's kind of how it is. There's some other joke that goes with that. I don't know. Well, we're not going to go there. So anyway, that's the next dish. And then we'll have a cheese course, which those guys that made the cheeses aren't here, and I can't ask them to talk about it. But Mr. Lardiere, perhaps you would talk once more with us about the wines. Perhaps you won't. You can say no. It's a free country.